Hello, my name is Savannah. I feel like my bangs are I need to trim my bangs. Hello, my name is Savannah, and I'm a regular person that likes to knit and crochet. And if you like to do fiber arts too, stick around because I need some friends. Okay, it's Monday. I'm gonna do a weekly vlog of me crafting. I don't own a business. I just do this for fun. And I am having fun most of the time. I didn't do one of these last week because I was mostly working on projects for videos. And I'm hopefully finishing those up this week. I don't really know what to do about that. Is it a spoiler if I show you what I'm working on? And then what's the point of posting the separate video? I'm not sure. I don't know if it matters. But it is fun to do these weekly videos, so let's get into it. Right now I'm finishing up knitting a tank top. See? All I have to do is, there's a picot detail around the collar and then around the sleeves. And then I have to do some duplicate stitching. So that's what I'm working on. My plan for this video, here's what I hope to do for the week. This is for a stash roulette video. So I have to finish stash roulette video project, and then the second video project. And then I'm hoping to start on socks. My goal is to make socks for everyone in my family for Christmas. And it's July. And it occurred to me, oops, I need to start. So I'm hoping to make some real progress on socks. Good morning. I've officially finished the pair of socks for my daughter that was on my needles. I only have a limited number of sock needles. So I'm really trying to just work on one pair of socks at a time so I don't get lost and overwhelmed. I finally finished and got off the needles the socks I was working on for my daughter. And now it's time to start Christmas socks. Really, it's time to start Operation Christmas Socks. My goal is to make socks for everyone in my family for Christmas. And it's July and I need to start, so let's start. I'm following Roxanne Richardson like a cult leader. I love her so much. But I'm following her, how do I say this? I'm following Roxanne Richardson's method for vanilla sock construction. Like she traces how to measure. Okay, I'm following her method for how to measure socks. I have a file folder full of all of my family members' foot measurements. You take a piece of paper and you trace their foot, and then you take some key measurements. And then I've also been asking them their color preference and writing that down too. Something that I haven't shown you yet that's out of frame. All this yarn behind me is like my old stash yarn. I've been collecting this yarn for almost 10 years when I was doing weavings and crochet amigurumi. So most of the fiber content of the yarn behind me is either acrylic or cotton. Since I've gotten into knitting, and since I especially have wanted to do sock knitting, I have started going to a local yarn store and buying sock yarn. That's it, it's just sock yarn, and buying sock yarn. And I have a skinny little shelf over there. That's where my special sock yarn goes. I started buying sock yarn at Michael's. They have a couple of colors of Peyton's Croy sock yarn. It's a little bit itchy. It's definitely like a coarser, scratchier wool type of vibe, and not my favorite. I think it's even like $10 for 50 grams. So it's not even that affordable. I just don't think that it's worth it to buy that yarn. But that was before I found out that we have a local yarn store. So now I only buy my sock yarn from them. I've made 5 pairs of socks so far for myself, my husband, and my daughter. And now it's time to get into Christmas sock knitting. So let's try to assemble some colors for each person and see where the gaps are and where I need to buy more yarn. Yeah, let's figure it out. I wish I had an overhead. We all wish I had an overhead. I do have my next sock caked up and ready to go. That is for my nephew. We actually have 2 local yarn stores in Tacoma. One is Fibers Etc. and one is a much smaller shop called Spindlewicks, and they dye their own yarn. And what I really like about them is, I've only been there one time, but I really like that they have minis and that they have solid colors. And I find that to be very helpful for picking contrast colors for cuffs, heels, and toes for socks. Okay, so my nephew wanted light blue, or dark purple. When this sock yarn was in a hank form, it looked like it was dip dyed into navy blue and the other half was just speckled with navy blue. It looks way different once it's caked up, but it was like half and half dip dyed. So I have no idea actually how this is going to work up. So we're going to see. And I'm going to do contrast cuffs in this light blue. This is mini BFL in the color Icy Blue, I think, from Spindlewicks. This is their dyed yarn. There's like a couple points where it transitions from navy to white, I think goes well with this. So I'm hoping that it'll just go well together. I don't know. I might do a heel flap and gusset for like all of these socks. So far, it's what I find fits the best. The only heel constructions I've tried so far are heel flap and gusset and an afterthought heel. I didn't mind the afterthought heel at all. I like that you can do a contrast color with the afterthought heel. When I do heel flap and gusset, I don't do a contrast in the heel. I only do it in the toes and the cuffs. Or I don't do a contrast color at all. But I didn't have any yarn that was like, this is just a mini. I didn't have any all light blue yarn. So contrast, main color, nephew, slay. Hi, welcome to the sock corner. This is all my sock yarn. This one is mostly Patton's Croy from Michael's, like I was saying. And then this one is from the local yarn shops. Okay, let's pick some family color palettes. What I need, I've just been buying this yarn like every once in a while when I see something, when I go to this local yarn store and I see something I like, or there hasn't been any sort of cohesive plan for buying sock yarn. I just bought yarn I thought was pretty. So now I need to see if the colors that people have requested align with the colors I actually have and where the gaps are and what I need to buy. So let's figure that out. For my sister-in-law, she likes pastel, specifically sky blue, light pink, or pastel yellow. I don't really have pastels. I have this blue, but I need to keep in mind that there's probably something else that I need to buy for pastels. So that's kind of a wash. Okay, so I need to buy pastels next. My mom's favorite colors are warm tones, so like red, yellow, pink, stuff like that. Missing that. I do have this Spindlewicks BFL mini. This one is in the color Spun Gold. It's a mini BFL 20-gram sock hank. So this would be good for a contrast color. Okay, we're crammed into a corner, but I'm trying really hard not to be backlit. My apologies. These are the only like warm toned yarns that I have for my mom. This one is not bad. It's kind of like a fall colorway, but it doesn't actually have any yellow in it. The lightest it gets is orange, and I think I would like to pick something like brighter for my mom. So I'll probably try to find a main color that goes with this yellow. Okay, next. My dad wants blackened olive green. This is the only one that I have actually purchased with him specifically in mind. I got this Universal Yarn Ink Ditto. Okay, the color's 4813. It's my personal pet peeve when they don't put the actual name on the yarn. This is a really cool marled yarn. Black and then a color changing green. This is a really cool yarn. I love this. Here's the problem. My other sister-in-law, I have 3 sister-in-laws in various ways on both sides. So my dad and my sister-in-law both want black and green. Oh, goodness. Black and olive green specifically. I have a black in Patton's Croy, the two-tone marl in Ditto, and then I found Staccato Sock by Shibui in just like a really nice olive green. The Staccato Sock is 65% superwash merino, 30% silk, and 5% nylon. This is a very interesting yarn. It's spun in the same way that the BFL mini twists are spun, 2-ply. So somehow I need to make 2 different pairs of socks out of these 3 yarns. For my dad, I could do green main color with black contrast. And with this one, I would just do I'm gonna have to probably get more. These are all 50 grams each. So I have enough here to do a main color. I only have enough of this olive green to do a contrast color. I have enough Patons Kroy to do a main color. I think what I'm going to have to do actually is maybe buy more of this yarn. I'm gonna have to commit this yarn to one person, either my sister-in-law or my dad. And then I'm gonna have to go yarn shopping for another green. I could either see if they have more of this and do one sock with green contrast and the other sock with black contrast so that they'll be different, or just go shopping for a different green and black colorway. So I haven't totally figured it out, but this in some fashion will be for both of those people. The thing about that sister-in-law is she put down green, black, gold, and cream tones. So I'll commit that yarn for my dad, and then I'll keep my eye out for my sister-in-law. Because I do have this for cream tones, that would be really nice. I'm just not sure what contrast color I would use for this, because I would definitely want to like zhuzh this up a little bit if I use this. Maybe I'll be able to find like an olive green and cream sock yarn, and then don't know. Dang, this is so tough. Okay, my nephew I have figured out. My mother-in-law, I think I'm gonna go back to the yarn store and try to find this yarn. This is Regia sock yarn, design line random stripe. I just used this for my daughter, but my mother-in-law's top 3 colors are lavender, light blue, and mint green. And this has all of those. I might go and see if they have another one of these, or go to Spindlewicks and see if they have a lavender, because purple is her like favorite color. See if they have a lavender, and then I'll just use this for the contrast. But in that case, I would want to use as much of this as I could and do a contrast heel too. So I need to get lavender yarn. That's for my mother-in-law. I'll probably do that. Lavender contrast. That way I don't have to buy a whole nother one and then have much left over. My brother-in-law, his top 3 colors are forest green, linen, and merlot. Which I will need to buy. Why did I buy all this yarn with no plan? That was stupid. My other sister-in-law, her top 3 are dusty pink, olive green, and brown. And I have this. I think this is a lovely dusty pink color. This is the same. Oh no, this is Socks Yeah by Coop Knits in the color Carnelian. How fun. This is like a heathered dusty pink color. There's only 50 grams of this though. So this would be a contrast color, and I would need a main color. So she put brown, so I could use these two together for a sock. This is like a cream color with brown speckles. I might do this actually. So 1. Why do I feel like I actually don't have any yarn? Good news, my brother just texted me, and I forgot to ask him his colors before, and he said green or rusty orange. Slay. Slay. We found one, you guys. We are using this. Okay, so this is my brother's. Fantastic. I will probably try to find a rusty orange contrast color to put with this because I don't have one. So this is a win. This is a major win. So far, I think I have 2 complete, well, 3 with my nephews, 3 complete yarn sock sets that I can use to make socks. Everything else I have to fill in the gaps, which is crazy, but I'm thrilled. This is for him. And then one of my sister-in-laws likes pastels. I do have this like light blue, but I need to fill in the gaps. I want to scope around, and I'm sure there's some other much cuter pastel colorway that I can use that maybe I'll use that for a contrast, maybe not. You know, they don't all have to have contrast cuffs. I'm just trying to like use what I have and then fill in the gaps. So my husband and my daughter, they already have 2 pairs of socks each. So they're at the bottom of the list for getting socks for Christmas. I'm gonna be so for real. However, my daughter's favorite colors are like purple, pink, and blue. Are you knocking? Yeah. What's up? I couldn't tell.
Ooh, the candle's on.
Uh-huh. I wanted to see what it smelled like.
It doesn't smell bad, actually.
Do you like this color for socks for you? Or would you rather have like one of these jewel toned ones?
Yeah, I'd rather have one of the jewel ones.
Or something else totally, like a new purple or something. What's your top 3 favorite colors?
Purple, cyan, and green, or purple, blue, and green.
So like this one would be good?
I like that.
Better than this one? This would be cute as like a contrast cuff. They would both be cute.
I like the light blue.
The light one. Maybe we can go yarn shopping today. That would be fun. Okay, I just got done at Fibers Etc. The audio might be horrible because I forgot my microphone. My bad, girl. Anyways, we got so much stuff, but I don't think I have the gumption to go to Spindlewicks. I spent a lot of money. So, no Spindlewicks today, girl. Too much money. But I got a lot of good stuff. I almost got everything that I needed for socks for Christmas at Fibers Etc. Nearly. I just can't spend any more money today. That was a chunker. But it's everything for Christmas. It's everything for Christmas. Anyways, it was a really good day. I was in there for a while. I had so much fun shopping for yarn. And I will show you what I got when I get home. It was a good day at the yarn store yesterday. Oh my god, I got so many things. And then could not bring myself to also go to the other yarn store because I just couldn't fathom spending any more money that day. I was like, and I've reached my limit and I need to go home. But let me show you what I got. The receipt that I need to shred and throw away and not face reality. I'm so excited. I was in there for so long, like an hour and a half. And the lovely old ladies that run that store were like, "Are you doing okay? Can we help you in any way?" And I was like, "No, I'm right where I need to be. I'm going to be here for a while. I'm Christmas shopping for lots of people in my family. I'm getting all the colors right." And they were like, "You're knitting socks for everyone in your family for Christmas?" And I was like, "Yeah." I have several projects going on right now and my desk is like covered in stuff. Hate it. That's okay. That's okay. Okay, let's get it together. First of all, sister-in-law number 1, she wanted pastels. Guess what I found? Wow. That's, oh, gorge. This is Malabrigo Ultimate Sock in color 398 Rosalinda. 75% merino superwash, 25% nylon. So this is the main color. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to use this for the whole sock or if I'm going to try to find a contrast for the cuffs. I don't know yet, but good start. Next, for my brother, I did already have these yarns, both of them. Main color, contrast color. But I just wasn't sure if I would need this for somebody else's. This is the final selections for everyone. So I just want to show you all the final selections. My cat wants to leave. This is Cascade, what is it? Oh, this is Cascade Heritage Paints in the color Autumn or Tortoiseshell. I've found both online, so I think it's discontinued, but I have no idea. I've had this for a while. I have used this already for contrast. Oh my god, look at that. What are the freaking chances? This is a comical pair of socks, so just like ignore it. But I have used that yarn already for the contrast heels toe cuff in these socks for my husband. They're really long. Okay, we don't have to talk about that. Okay, so that's for my brother. Sister-in-law number 2, she wanted dusty pink, brown, olive green. Love this dusty pink. Pairing it with this. Yeah, like obsessed with this. I think it's gonna work. I think it's gonna look really nice. So main color, contrast color. This is such an interesting like colorway. It's so murky, but I love it. This color is Malabrigo Sock and the color 859 Primavera. Anyways, sister-in-law number 2. Brother-in-law. He wanted Merlot Forest Green Linen. I don't know how well this is going to show up on camera, but it's like a black and burgundy yarn. This is Madeline Tosh hand-dyed yarn in the color Poison. And this is 100% superwash merino wool. I don't know what I'm going to pair this with. Oh wait, yes I do. I'm going to pair it with this yarn, which is like a cream linen, if you will, color. And it's got speckles of dark brown in it. This is Madeline Tosh, a collab, I guess. Madeline Tosh and Shibui Knits in the color Ice Cap Speckle. This is also 100% superwash merino. This is Tosh Merino Light. I have no idea. This is Tosh Merino Light too. Were you panicking that one was light? I was too, but they're both light. So this is going to be for my brother-in-law. It's kind of crazy looking, but I think it'll be fine. Alternatively, of course, if I don't love the white, I could pair the red with this brown, but I don't know if I like that either. But I do like the white and the brown together. Anyways, I definitely have his main color. We'll see about the contrast color. If you'll remember, for my mother-in-law, she wanted lavender, light blue, and mint green. And I just finished using this. Oh my God, her pants fall down. I just finished using this Regia sock yarn for knitting my daughter a pair of socks. And it has all the colors that my mother-in-law requested in it. So I'm going to, oh my God, hold on. We're having a wardrobe malfunction. So I'm going to use this as my contrast color. I did look and see if they had another one of these. They didn't. So this is going to be the contrast color. And then this is going to be the main color. Maybe it's more of like a dusty periwinkle. I didn't have this with me, so I couldn't really compare. I don't know if I'm like loving that together. In the dark yarn store, it was like, this is not really lavender, is it? Dang it. So I don't know if I like these together, and I might just... It's like a little bit more blue than a lavender is supposed to be, I think. So this one might not work out, which I freaking knew it. Anyways, this is Malabrigo sock in the color 340 Alice. But I had that feeling when I was in there that this was really not the color that I should have been grabbing, and I wanted to go to Fibers Etc. first because they have a lot of interesting colorways in sock yarn. Like visually, they're either tonal like this or color changing or speckled or something. They don't have a lot of solid colors. That's Spindlewicks. They have a lot of solid colors. And I knew that I should just get lavender at Spindlewicks. But I didn't want to go to Spindlewicks just because I already was at Fibers Etc. So I was trying to make it work. Shouldn't have bought this. Dang it. I don't think I can return it. I'll ask. But also if I can't return it, it's not a big deal because my daughter, I'll use it for my daughter. It's fine. Okay, so that's a little bit of a bummer. That's okay. Then my third sister-in-law, yeah, she wanted green and black. Look at this. Is this not the most perfect thing you've ever seen? I thought so too. Oh no, this is Araucania Huasco Sock Twilight Paints. Hand painted superwash merino wool blend. So it's 75-25 superwash wool and polyamide. The color is called Brimstone. How fun. So I could do the whole sock in this, or I could do contrast. This is just Patons Croix in the color black, which I love. I will probably do. How fun. That's sister-in-law number 3. Then that frees me up to use this for my dad that I showed you last time, and to use the Staccato color 117. It's like a little bit hard to tell, but it goes really well. And this is Ditto in color 4813. I hate that. Anyways, this is 50 grams. And I would like to use it as the contrast for my dad and my brother. I can do just contrast cuffs and toes if I need to make it stretch instead of doing the heel as well. But it just goes really well with both of them, and I was hoping I would be able to use this for both of them. So that's my plan for this, is to use it as a contrast for both socks. So anyways, this is my dad. Figure that out. Okay, last one is my mom. She likes warm colors. Found this. Gorgeous warm tone, yellows, orange, pink. This is Manos del Uruguay Alegria Superwash Merino and Polyamide. Oh, it's handwritten. Color name is Dragon, I think. No. Yes. I don't know. How gorgeous is this yarn? Again, I might do the entire sock in this, or I do have this mini BFL from Spindlewicks that I already had that I might do the contrast in. It's like a little bit more golden-y than some of this. I am not actually sure. I don't know if these go together, but they might. In any case, this is for my mom. Lastly, I did buy this. And for no reason, because I loved it so much. So I did buy one thing for myself, perhaps. This is Malabrigo Ultimate Sock, color 363 Pascal. So that's my big yarn haul. I did get a couple other little tidbits. I got this Eucalyptus unscented wool wash. I've never had wool wash. Not really a blocker by nature, but I've always wanted it for socks. Never blocked a sock before, but the time is coming. Then I got this Susan Bates needle gauge checker, size checker. I wanted this because the sizes are rubbing off on my interchangeable needle set. What am I, a wizard? I don't know these sizes. So I needed this. This was only like $2.50, thank God. Then I got this by Coco Knits. It's a tape measure. It looks like a little pebble. It's very soft. It's a retractable tape measure, centimeters and inches. I've never had a retractable tape measure. I've always just had the long ropey kinds. And I wanted this. It's so stupid. I don't even want to tell you. That was $16. That's insane. I've been influenced. Okay, there was one last thing in my yarn haul that I ran out of time to tell you about. And it's this. In my sock knitting journey, I have wanted to try lots of different techniques, different toes, different heel constructions, different methods like 9-inch circulars, DPNs, and magic loop. In order to do magic loop, I had to get a 32-inch fixed circular needle in the size US 2. So far, all my sock needles are only US 2, which is 2.75 millimeters. I'm not quite ready to branch out into a US 1. I'm liking my US 2, so I'm just going to keep buying US 2s. This is my full set though. I have the 9-inch, I have bamboo double pointed needles, just got the fixed circular. I will say that probably could have done with a 40-inch fixed circular instead of 32. 32 is like the absolute smallest that you can go and do magic loop. But I'm enjoying it so far. And I started my nephew's sock and I've made quite a lot of progress. This is the yarn. Remember when it was in a hank? I didn't show you it in the hank, but I told you that when it was in the hank, half the hank was dyed navy and the other half just had some blue speckles on it. And so this is how it's knitting up. Hold on, Jesus Christ. This is how it's knitting up, which is really interesting, and I didn't think this was going to happen. I don't know what I thought. I didn't think swirl, okay? So swirl, and then I disrupted the pattern by continuing to just do a heel flap and gusset and knit the gusset as I was knitting and not do a contrast, and also not do it after I didn't do that. Okay, I thought about it, but I didn't do it. This is the back of the sock. This is the heel. And now this is the front. Is it really bad? I never thought I would care about disrupting the stripe sequence, but I don't think this looks very good. Pretend this is a foot. I don't know. Is it bad? Gross. This is gonna give me body dysmorphia. I don't know. I don't think I like it very much, actually. But I don't know what to do about that. Okay, so first of all, I'm not sure that I don't know how far 20 grams of yarn gets me. Like, this contrast color is 20 grams. Okay, what if I knit the heel? I'm definitely doing cuffs and toes. I'm pretty sure that this will be enough for cuffs and toes. I just don't know if it's going to be enough for cuffs? What? I just don't know if it's going to be enough for heels, toes, and cuffs. Jeez Louise. Okay, listen, I've had too much coffee. I recently saw a Roxanne Richardson Technique Tuesday video where she was talking about how to do a heel flap and gusset with a contrast color in the heel flap. and to also not have to cut your main color was like the point of the video. And I watched it once and I was like, okay, I think I get it, but if I actually want to use that technique, I'm gonna have to watch it multiple times, which is totally fine. And I want to try that with one of my other socks that I have a full skein of contrast color so that I can test out how much yarn it uses for each, portion, cuff, heel, toe, and record how much yarn that takes. Because I don't want to test it for the first time with this 20-gram contrast color. Because what if I run out? I want to test it for the first time when I know I have plenty of yarn. As I was knitting this, I was like, weird, I'm fine with that. But now I'm a little bit like, I don't know. I don't like it. I just spent like 2 days knitting this and I don't even like it that much. What are my other options besides, like, I could do an afterthought heel, I guess. I love the way a heel flap and gusset fits, but I guess that's not true for everyone. Not everyone is going to like how it fits. Okay, and also, this is what I told myself when I was convincing myself that it was fine, was that this is for a 10-year-old child. Looks pretty big, huh? Everyone in my family has really big feet. But anyways, these probably won't even fit him in like a year or something, maybe. I don't know, actually. But these have the potential to not be forever socks. I think I'm just making excuses. Well, what do I do about it? I'm gonna have to do some research. That's so irritating, actually. I think no matter what, I'm gonna rip this out. Because I'm not really loving this. Dang, I think it would be so much cuter if it was not... See, I never really understood caring about a stripe pattern being interrupted or not, but I don't like this. So I get it now. Wow, it fits me. Ooh, I don't know, man. Maybe it's not that bad. I'm gonna convince myself it's fine, I think. I don't know. Also, they're for a boy. Will a boy care? Will I care? Uh-oh. Might just keep going. Sorry to this boy. I'm gonna think about it. I think I'm just feeling a little froggy right now, and I'm gonna think about it. Anyways, this is what I'm working on as of right now. I also need to work on my project for the Yarn Stash Roulette video that will be coming out shortly. So I could either do the duplicate stitching for the Yarn Stash Roulette video project, or I could figure out what I'm gonna do about these socks. Also, fun fact, I was cleaning, barely, and I found this. It was in a bag of reusable bags. I think I bought this at the same time that I bought my Regia sock yarn, like a month ago or something. I don't actually remember buying this though, so I don't really know where this came from. It's another German yarn. It's called Opal. Jesus, I think the color name is Cooler Kex. Oh, I think it's a fish. Oh, I think this is about a fish. I think the yarn way is the fish way. The colorway. None of that made sense. I think the colorway is the same colors as the fish. Oh, here we go. The color is 9241. It's 4-ply and it cost $18.95. I definitely got this from Fibers, etc., but I just don't remember buying it. How interesting. Anyways, free yarn. I wish that I had used this for my latest daughter's socks so that I would have the full Regia for my mother-in-law. Okay, enough yapping. Okay, you got me monologuing, and I need to do arts and crafts, so I'll see you later. Okay, exciting things. It's a new day. Good things always happen. Just wait. Guess what got delivered? Yeah, check it. My grandma hobbies shirt. I'm thrilled about this shirt. If you would also like a sweet ass grandma hobbies shirt or a knitter shirt or a crocheter shirt, you can go to Handmade by Gibbs YouTube channel / Etsy. And that's where I got this. I'm so excited about it. I am a self-described barbarian grandma because I play rugby and I knit. So I just love this so much. So I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled to have this. Okay, let's talk about the socks. I'm actually a little bit behind. This vlog went over by a day. I'm gonna give you my cute little update and then we're gonna end it here. I did have a bit of a mentee bee about the sock, but that's fine, we're over it, okay? We're totally over it. I'm going to try to fix it. By fix it, I just mean I'm gonna try to not interrupt the pattern on the yarn. I waffled a lot about it, and what won me over in the end was just that it's a new technique that I haven't tried yet, and I want to learn. I want to learn as much as I can, so why not take the opportunity? Here's the update. I did rip it back and knit the heel flap and the heel turn in the contrast color. What I'm worried about is the contrast color running out, because it was only a 20-gram mini. So I did also start the second sock. So here's my cuff for the second one. Adorable. She's on hold. I'm doing magic loop for the first time on this project, but I'm so comfortable with DPNs, and I honestly use the DPNs even if I'm using a different like needle type. I always do. I just find it easier to do things like the cuff in DPNs, and then once I can't purl very well with 9-inch circulars. It's something I'm working on. So I did the 2x2 ribbing in the DPNs, and then I did a row of knit stitches in the contrast color to get rid of the purl bumps before I changed colors. And that's when I put it on the DPNs because I needed the DPNs for this. They're so versatile. I just love them so much. Anyways, the latest update is that the 20-gram mini, it took 4 grams to make each cuff. So that's 8 grams used. And then I had 12 grams left. After doing this heel, I cut the yarn and weighed it, and I have 9 grams left. So it only took 3 grams to knit this heel. It'll take 3 grams to knit the other heel, and then I'll have 6 grams left, 3 grams per sock for the toes. We're gonna see if that's gonna work. If I'm short a little bit and I have to rip it back and do another row of main color, like I think it's gonna be okay. The only other thing that I'm worried about, because I have to do the gusset decreases in the main yarn, and it's like twice as many stitches in the round as the leg of it is. I don't know how that's going to disrupt the pattern. Isn't that just going to disrupt it too? I don't know. I'm not going to claim to understand how this works. In any case, even if it does mess up the pattern, I still think it'll look better than it did the first time. And also, then I get to use up, hopefully, this whole mini. And I'll get to have contrast cuff, heels, and toes, I think. So anyways, I'm glad I ripped it back. Even though I was nearly done with the foot, I'm glad I ripped it back. I'm excited to see how this is going to turn out. I hate to leave you on a cliffhanger, but we're just going to have to see how it turns out in the next one, because I'm sure this is already very long. When will she learn? Thank you for helping me really plan my Christmas socks. It was very helpful to talk it all through. I hope it was interesting to watch. I won't only be working on socks, but I will always have one sock on the needles. So we'll just slowly work our way through the Christmas socks. Hopefully they'll all be done by Christmas. I don't know. There are 11 total pairs of socks I need to make for Christmas. 12 if you count me, which I would love some Christmas socks too. Let me know which colorway was your favorite, and I'll let you guys pick the next one that I do after this. So let me know which colorway that you'd like to see worked up next. Personally, I am partial to the Girly Swamp sock colorway. All credit for Girly Swamp goes to Knit Cheek because slay. Well, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.